Gentlemen.
Doc.
Brian, put the light on. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you what's wrong with Indiana University.
Nothing now. They have the rest of the year off, so they're doing great right now. Yeah, that was tough to watch. They played hard, though. So, college, what can you do?
So do you have any planned changes in the rotation for tonight?
None.
None.
Not a thing.
How much thought did you give it, Doc?
I gave it a lot of thought, but I didn't think we needed to do it. So.
What was the final decision based on?
I like our team, and I don't think we need change. We need to change how we're doing things as far as playing harder, playing better, and doing all that. But I don't think personnel change. I don't think we need it.
How much of it balances you with practices? Because you're an older team, so you're trying to,
Well, I would say I probably have balanced on the wrong side in some ways. Obviously the rest was important, but I do think we have to practice more. We have to get more conditioning in. This late in the year, you rarely hear that, but I think we're one of the teams that you would say, yeah, we have to actually do it.
So when you look at the calendar, do you see the opportunity to?
No, there's not a lot, but we're going to take advantage of whenever we can. I mean, even tomorrow usually would be more of a walkthrough day, and we're probably going to go hard tomorrow, win or lose tonight. I just think we have to, and it'll probably affect us the next game. And I told our guys that. I understand that. But we have to get through this period, and whether we have legs once the game starts or not, we'll find that out. But at the end of the day, that's not my focus.
Has that had to been a change in respective management for you? Because the last couple of years, it was kind of a reward to give more days off, and the team responded with it. And then this year, it's not.
No, well, obviously a lot of the days we had practices this year, we didn't have enough guys to practice, and so. You knew you needed guys in the game the next day, and so you made a choice. Well, let's walk through stuff. But we did it so many times when you look back, when you go over your calendar of the past, that in some ways I think it did hurt us. Yeah.
How much of that also is trying to get Paul and Kevin ready?
Well, that's a whole. I mean, let's just be honest. If they're not at their peak, then it's going to be very tough for us to do anything. So that. It's not just those two guys, though. I would say it's the whole team, but those two guys are definitely they're our two best players, and we have to have them playing at their peak. April 16th, 17th, whenever the playoffs start, and whatever way we have to do that, we have to do it. If that means working them more in practices and maybe them missing games, whatever it takes, that's what we have to do, and that's what we're going to do.
Keeping the conditioning of execution, is that something that?
Yeah, it is. But also, again, it's still tied back to what you just asked, Paul and Kevin. The better they play, the better you tend to execute. And it's funny. You look at the first quarter of the game the other night. I know we had 12 points or whatever, and we watched the film as a group today, and I think they counted 17. I had them vote on every shot that was a great shot, and they said it 17 times. We made 3 of them, So the thing that troubled me, and the reason I did it as a group, because, okay, we got 17 great shots and only 3 went in, but then the defensive spirit left. And to me, that's what proved out. I think it was good for our team to see that. I think they've heard it. They've seen it in edits, but they haven't seen it in old school film watching, the way we used to watch, because we didn't have edits. And so that's what we did.
Of those 14 misses, how many times would you say guys got back to satisfactory?
Well, early on they did. It's funny. It was like at the 5-minute mark in the first quarter was the breaking point. We missed a layup, we missed a jumper. I think Ray missed that wide open 3. And then you could just visibly see it. You could see the body language, the heads. And they were tired from the night before too. I understand that, but the spirit wasn't there once that happened, and that happens in games, and it happened to us the other night.
Well, that's been pretty rare here the last couple of years, though.
Yeah, but it happens. Listen, I read the guys, and I don't know if I'm sure they've told you a newspaper article this afternoon or this morning, and it talked about how we've lost focus, how there's no sense of urgency, how there's no way you can return to the finals the way you're playing. You may not only be a championship team, you're not a finals team. And then I told him it was the LA Times, and it was from Phil Jackson, Lamar Odom, Kobe Bryant. It was their comments. And you know, they all laughed because they thought it was them. And you know, I even asked, you guys remember saying up, and you know, guys were saying, yeah, I said that, and then it wasn't them. It was actually somebody else. But I told them, don't let that make you feel great. You know, everybody has some misery, but you have to get out of it.